Hi everyone. Well, I'm here today to show you my most recent project I have been working on. This is a tiny little journal. It's, let's see, it's about 4.5 inches, almost 4.5 inches tall by 4 inches wide. So it's made with, the cover is a piece of manila file folder, and the insides are made from paper bags. And these are tiny little paper bags, and I was so excited to find them and be able to put together a fun little journal using mostly scraps. The cover is, like I said, a piece of manila file folder, and for the outside I added a label that I had photocopied, laser print copied, of one of my little plays I had with some alcohol ink. And it was so pretty and colorful, I thought that'd be really cool on the outside of a journal. So I put it on there, and then I began just building on the inside here. I decorated the inside covers just like I did the pages. And like I said, I used mostly scraps. This came from a magazine, so did this. There's little bits of washi tape, little printables found on Pinterest. This is a piece of gift wrap. You know, I like to use that black and white gift wrap because it makes the other colors pop when you add it. And so this is a little tag from a roll of washi tape that I just added a piece of that gift wrap scrap to, and then I just colored around the edge with a purple marker. And then in here is just like jelly prints on the background. This is one of my stamps, foam stamps that I made, and another little printable. This is this black striped stuff. It looks like washi tape, but it's actually not. It's actually from a magazine, and it was just some kind of border that was being used on a magazine page, so I cut it out, of course. And then just doodles and mark making and stuff on it, and I just love how that turned out. I love how all of these turned out, honestly. This is another jelly printed background, and then I took a stencil here and dabbed some white paint, or could have been gesso, I don't remember now, it's been a while. But it just looks so cool. And then I added a little bit of blue in there for some shadowing. I think I probably used some watercolor in there for that, and then just doodled around it and colored in the center. And actually the very center is part of the jelly print, that orange area right there. So added some words. This is a little bee that I had stamped and colored, and it was just in my stash, one I had made but hadn't used on a project. And some rub-on numbers. Over here, these are circles that I had, they're circle stickers that I had printed, laser printed. And I like the laser prints, guys, because they don't smear and run if they get wet. So that's a plus. But this was another jelly print, and I just did some stamping in the background and a little bit of gold stenciling. So you can see it's just really cool. So then when you get to these folded bags, of course the bag has an opening on the end. So I just took some scraps of scrapbook paper and made some little tags that fit, just inside the measurement of the page. And they, slide inside there. So this was just a little quote that I had cut off of something. I don't remember what it was, what I cut it from, but it was just in my stash. I keep a little basket just full of tiny little bits and pieces of things, okay? Little bits of lace, little bits of, you name it. And all of these little things, they just come in very handy when you're getting ready to sit down and fill up a tiny little journal, especially just like this. This is gift wrap, scraps. This is too. You guys have seen me use this before. That's more of that gift wrap. Here's some of those little flowers I was drawing last year and making Christmas cards with. So just, any little things that are cute that I like and that I know I want to use somewhere, I just keep in a little small basket, and then I can grab it whenever I want to start adding something to journal pages. And So this little tag is in here. Oh, and in the back, I just put a piece of a gingham, red and white gingham paper on the back of this scrapbook paper. And then I just added this little printable with some washi tape and made a little tab with a square punch. Punched a square and folded it in half and rounded the corners and stapled it on. And it's just so much fun putting together these things because you're using your stuff, and I really enjoy being able to use the stuff that I've been saving and things that I like to I want to use, and I liked it, so I saved it, so now I'm able to use it. And just saving it doesn't do you any good, because if it's in a pile in a box, you're never going to get to enjoy it. This way you get to create a little something, you know, and actually enjoy it. So I put the red on the back of that sheet because it kind of blends in with, you know, the next page, which is just jelly print backgrounds again. This was an image from a magazine, and I put it down, and then I was about to draw a border around it when I decided, no, you know what, I think I'm just going to scribble around the edge. And I think it says, I'm trying to remember, sweet, yummy, delicious, all the way around. Sweet, yummy, delicious, sweet, yummy, delicious. So that's another fun way to border something, is just scribble, you know. And it doesn't even have to say anything. This actually does, not that anybody could read it, but you don't even have to say anything. You can just be scribbling and make it look like, you know, a messy, scribbly handwriting. So this is an image that also came from Pinterest, and I glued it onto a piece of book text that I had sewn. Just, you know, some messy sewing on the edges of that. And then I put a little tag inside. This date ticket is also from Pinterest. But this little tag inside has strawberries on it, and I have had this for years. And what it is a transfer from a cereal box. And I don't remember what kind of cereal it was, but I was trying a packing tape transfer, just giving it a shot. And like I said, this was years ago. I was like, I'm going to see if I can do that, you know. So I did, and it was so vibrant and pretty, and it turned out so good, so I kept it, but I never used it. So finally, I had an opportunity to use it, and I did. And this is a little scrap of border that I used a punch for. And so I just made a little tag, stuck all that down, and backed it with some more scrapbook paper, and, you know, put some little fibers on the top. Made a pocket out of my little book text piece. And added a flower over here. All right, and then as we went along, now at some point there are going to be, the bottom of the bag is going to show up. So what I did was I cut it apart. I left it attached, but I cut apart all of the bends and folds that you will typically see near the bottom of the bag. And so that way I could make a flip out, and I could decorate one, you know, both sides of that, and it just makes it really fun. And this is just a mishmash of lots of little things that I had cut out, saved. You know, this is a piece of like a little belly band type thing that went around a spool of baker's twine. And to me, it just looks cool, you know, to be able to use that kind of stuff. This is a border made, one of my morsel borders that I made from magazine images. This is the same. And I added a little tiny strip of that black and white gift wrap across there. And over here is some dictionary paper, washi tape, jelly printed heart that was punched out. This little yellow tag is also from Pinterest, a free printable. This came off of a little game book, one of those word search puzzles. This is cut out of one of my little stamps that I carved from the eraser. And inside this one is another card with a little ATC in it that was sent to me in Happy Mail. So pretty. Washi tape and scraps. That's all this is. And then the back is the same way. Scrapbook paper. Both pieces are scrapbook paper. There's a little tuck spot here. I don't have anything in there yet. but that's a little tuck spot. This is a craft colored circle sticker. And so I just wrote the word hope and doodled on it. And I think that looks so cool. And I like the way the craft color, the brown color, matches the album because it's made with the paper bags. And I've also tucked some other little journaling type things, cards and things inside the pockets that I can come back and later I can add photos or journaling to those. Okay, so the next page is another jelly printed background scrap piece and some splattered paint and doodled border and magazine images. This is another bottom of the bag scenario, and I just attached it on both ends and made a pocket out of it and included a piece of jelly print back there. This is just a printable, free printable from Pinterest. Both of these, actually this one is a stamp. And I just, you know, attached it with a little flower embellishment and tucks right in. And it looks so cute and colorful on the outside edge of the pocket. I love that. This page I just left as the brown paper bag. And I sponge painted some white on the back and then doodled a border. And I made this little tag out of a jelly print, again, a piece of scrapbook paper, a rub-on, and this Carpe Diem word came from a pack of washi tape. And I just love the wording on that, so I tore it out and just attached it with a little birdie sitting there on top of it. And then, of course, my little owl that I use every so often. I used on this page, and he's confused. He doesn't understand Latin, I guess. So this one I just painted the bag with a couple of colors like green and blue, and then I did some stenciling on the background. This is just a scrap of a flower that was stamped on book text I put back there. And this is the little tag insert that I made with a little tiny tag sitting there that I'll use for journaling or something, maybe another image. And let's see, when we turn the page, I've got coffee, of course, from a magazine. And these words are actually from a coffee package. Just so much fun. The background is a piece of burlap tissue paper that I stamped on. I stamped these flowers and then I doodled a little white on that. And the cup was just a regular white, a photograph of a regular white cup, and then I just added some little rub-ons here and then colored them in and then doodled around the cup, so it makes it look really cool, like an illustration. I love that. Just the combination of the two, the photograph and the illustration looks really fun to me. Anyway, the tag that goes in that pocket on the back side has also got a little bit of a coffee business going on, and stamped on a little journaling card there, the stamp, the coffee cup, and this is just a scrap, a painted paper strip that I folded over and stapled for a little tab. So that goes in here, and I also have another little journaling spot that's a whole coffee related piece of paper from a tablet. So I love that, and I think it works so well in this pocket for this page. And I'm probably going to use some more of these coming up soon. So keep your eye open for that. And let's try to slide that down in there. There we go. And then the back cover, I just have a little owl image from a magazine and some washi tape and a jelly print on the back. More words from a magazine. I mean, just so much fun, you guys. It's such a cool way to use the stuff that you have, you know, and be able to flip through and enjoy it. So I just wanted to share it with you because I had so much fun, and I want to encourage everybody else, you know, to use your scraps as well. So now getting on to the next segment of what you saw on the title of this video, we have a new season of Mixed Media Morsels coming up. So I wanted to share with you what we're going to be doing this year. And if you hadn't figured it out yet, we're going to do a little book like this. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. And here's the base of the book. This is what I was explaining before. This is nothing but a piece of manila file folder. And then I've got these little tiny bags. Okay, these are smaller than a lunch bag. And so I decided to call them snack bags to kind of go along with our morsel theme of like food related kind of terminology that I've been using. So it's three little tiny bags, and so I thought what we would do is create a little snack bag book, and that'll be our Mixed Media Morsels for 2019. Now you can see that I've just used some hair elastics. Right here there's one to hold the bags in place, and there's one that's been knotted onto that one to close over the top of the book, like you saw that I did here. So this is identical. This is the exact same. This is the exact same size of bags and cover and everything that I used for this book. So I thought it would just be loads of fun. There's enough pages in here to make one for every month. And so we could do like, you know, just do one page per month, which makes it very simple and easy and no big commitment, not a big time constraint, but just a fun time. And I will work on my page, and you can create along with me if you want to, and just make whatever you want to make on yours. Now I'm going to have some prompts for next year's morsels. I will have some prompts, and I'll share those with you as we go along. I would suggest that when you make your book, if you use a file folder like I've done, I would suggest that you take some washi tape, or even just collage some paper strips over this, because it does get some pull from the elastic, and you can probably see just a little bit right there where there's a notch. That's coming from the elastic kind of pulling on the file folder. So to strengthen that, you can add some, you know, paper tape. Use the medical tape. That's what I used on mine. I totally used medical tape, and you see there's no notches on this one at all. It's still nice and sturdy. Okay, there's no dip in that at all, and it's holding up real nicely. So I wanted to share that information. So when you're working in yours, you won't have any kind of problems. Now the reason I'm not sewing this together is because if you want, see, you have the option to pull out a bag, and you can just work on one page at a time. You don't have to fiddle with the book. It doesn't get in your way, but you can work on, you know, one page and not worry about getting paint and stuff on any of your other pages. So that's a benefit of working in a book that's bound like this, in this style. So, having said all of that, I have made up several of these, and I'm going to have these in my Etsy store, and it'll be a reasonable cost, and because I just want everybody to be able to participate and play along. And if you want, you can of course make your own little book, no worries there. But if you don't have the wherewithal, you know, that you want to create a book, or you can't find a small bag, you can certainly you know, get these from my Etsy shop. So I wanted to show you what I'm going to be doing for my book. I'm going to include a little cover that, a little title that I made for my book. Okay, so it's Mixed Media Morsels Snack Bag Book 2019. And I created this, and I made it into a sticker. I've just put this right now on a piece of wax paper, but it's a sticky label, and it's going to go on the cover of my book, and I think that's just so fun. Now, this is not my snack bag book. This will be my snack bag book, so I don't know what kind of cover as yet that I'll put on there, but it fits on there real nicely, and I'm going to include a title piece just like this. If you purchase a book, that will be a bonus in your purchase. I also have some other little freebie items to go with it. I've got 3 of those little craft colored stickers like I showed you that I used on that pink tag back here. I'll show you again. Pull it out. So this is one of those labels that I used, okay? And I just, like I said, doodled. I really honestly just doodled on that and wrote the word out. You know, and you can do whatever you want on something like this, but the white shows up real nicely. And these, what I used here was just gel pens. I didn't use Posca paint pens or anything except for the word hope. I used gel pens for the rest of it. So it's really fun to create on craft paper. I just love it. So anyway, 3 of those little stickers will be included along with your title page and your book. And then I also have some of my painted paper stickers that I've copied. These are laser printed so they won't run and bleed if they get wet, and they are little stickers, okay? So that will be included also in your with your book. And then I have something that I just found recently, and I really love these. If you follow me on my Instagram, you might have seen a couple of painted paper pictures that I just posted probably about a week ago. And I took those and copied them onto these little tiny labels. These are very tiny, but look how cute and yummy the painted paper stuff looks on a tiny little sticker. That is just so fun to me. So I can't wait to use these. I haven't yet, but I really want to, and I'm looking forward to using them. Here's the other set that I did. So these are going to be included also with your purchase of this little snack bag book. So I just wanted to share what's going to be coming up for next year, and I hope that you all will be interested in playing along still with me. I look forward to doing these once a month, and like I said, it's such a small page, basically 4x4 is what it is, and it's a little bit more than that. I think the height was closer to 4 1/4 maybe, but I'll show you how to cut. This is all that fold I was talking about where there's all this stuff in the way. You can't really fold out that flap like this one. Let me get back in here. Like this one. It's hard. Whoops, let me get in frame. Like this one, that's how I created this. There's a way you can go in here and cut these folded areas in order to create this and keep it attached to your bag. So I'll show you how I did that, and I'll show you how we did the pocket. Like here's another one. We have to cut this a little bit too to make that other pocket that I showed you. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to show you in this book. I went back to the front page and I made a pocket in the top. So there's a little journaling card I just tucked down into the top, and I'll show you how I cut the bag there to create that little pocket. So that was a fun little thing. Most of these other pages have something going on, and so you can't, like this one already has a pocket going on. This one has the flap going on, so you can't make that little pocket like that. This one has a pocket, this one has a pocket, and this one has a pocket. So this is the only one, this first one, that I didn't have any kind of a pocket or anything going on with. So I was like, how can I do that? So I just cut it, and I'll show you, like I said, I'll show you how I did that. And then you can just tuck down a little journaling card in there. So that's what I want to share with you. And one other thing. If you want to purchase this little set of things, these goodies and the snack bag book, I will also include a half sheet label. It's like a half sheet of a copy paper, and you will have a sticker sheet if you want to cover your book with. That's what I did. This is nothing but a label, and I just stuck it onto the back of this. just stuck it down, peeled off the back and stuck it down. I'll probably show you how I do that in a video when I get ready to start my book. Maybe I can do that and show you how I cover it with one of these labels, and that way you guys can kind of follow what I'm talking about. It may not be this pattern, it might be, but it may be one of my other painted papers. So, but it will be included in that. If you want to purchase this, I will include a label for you to cover your cover with. So I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to have so much fun, and I hope you guys like the idea and want to play along. And if you need to purchase a book, I'll have them available, and it's going to be a good value to get all of this stuff and the label. I thought I had some of those laying right here, and I don't see them. Oops, I don't see them right here, but it'll look just like this or one of my other painted papers. You know, y'all know I have a ton of painted papers, okay? So I make labels and things out of a lot of this stuff. So it'll be a colorful, nice half sheet label that will fit across the cover of your book. So anyway, let's have fun with our Mixed Media Morsels snack bag book for 2019. Okay, guys? We'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.